do want to say, sort of bring up one thing about the episode before last, and that is right at the end of the episode we see that someone is watching Carol from the woods. Now, I had a couple theories about that. My first theory was Merle. I kind of doubt it now because of what we've just seen in this episode. My next theory was that it would be the people that Rick left, you know, the ones that he kept leaving notes for. What are their, I'm not sure their names, the father and the son. And then my other theory is it's, you know, that how Rick left that guy outside to the walkers and we didn't really see his death, we just heard him screaming, presumably because he was terrified. He could still be alive. He could have gotten out. How am I watching? So they're luring walkers. Oh, is this so that and Carol can do the C-sectioning? Notice how we're like intentionally not getting this guy's face as well. Wow, wow, boom. Every single time, that's all I can think, man.
Where's Glenn and Maggie? We could use some help.
In the guard tower.
Yeah, what do you think they're doing?
Maggie! Hey! What's up, guys? You calling? What?
Oh yeah, it could have been them that they were luring walkers.
We had an agreement.
Please, mister, we know that. We made a deal. We can't live in that place another minute. You follow me? Blood, brains everywhere.
Should be burning.
We tried.
The fence is down on the far side of the prison. Every time we drag a body out, those things just line up. Dropping the body, just running back inside.
You trying to prove a point? You proved it, bro. We'll do whatever.
You proved it, bro. I just find that so funny. Now, hear me out. The problem with this dilemma is he's got complete valid points, and I think you can't really just leave. I mean, you can just leave them there, but they're just sitting ducks. If it's true that the fence is down, either we're going to have to help them fix it because that will also benefit us potentially in the long run, or the only other option I can think is that they're going to ask him to leave. But can we and will we really want them to go?
Please.
So they're asking to be a part of the group.
Don't make us live in that place.
Our deal is non-negotiable.
We would rather hit that road than to go back into that shithole.
Wow. Wow, yeah, they're saying, nah, don't do it. I'm glad that Rick looked, because the thing is, right, is in a decision making like that, like Rick from season 1, I feel like immediately his reaction would have been to help. I mean, look what Herschel did for us. But then again, we know how bad that can go wrong. We know what can happen, and I'm glad that Rick, instead of taking the weight of that decision himself, he looks to Daryl. That's what I'm talking about by a semi-democracy. Of course, Rick's still making the decisions and people will look to Rick for answers, but he's also looking for some kind of moral group decision. If I'm honest, this is the safest decision, and it's not killing them like Shane would, but the problem is these guys get caught, boom. That's the issue I see, and if they do truly kick these guys out, being immoral is having consequences. That's what I'm saying, it's a gamble.
You want them living in a cell next to you?
Wow, so
Just be waiting for a chance to grab our weapons. You want to go back to sleeping with one eye open? I never stop.
yeah.
Bring them into the fold.
We fought so hard for all this. What if they decide to take him?
They're degenerates, but they ain't psychos. I could
Wow.
have been in there with them just as easy as I'm out here with you guys.
So you with me?
Hell no. Let them take their chances out on the road, just like we did.
I'm saying.
We've been through too much.
That's the thing as well. If these people weren't prisoners and if they hadn't been in prison, it would be a lot... I feel like this decision would be a lot more weighted in one direction. But because they do have that record, we don't know what for. Maybe one of them's innocent. Who knows? I have to say I agree with Rick. I can understand where T-Dog's coming and I want to give them a chance. But when you look at the consequences and how that could outweigh everything, I don't even know. Just sending them with some kind of supplies that can give them a chance means... we stay safe, they have a chance to fight. We're not directly killing them, and it just feels safer for the group, but I don't know.
Our deal with them stands.
So that's a moment there when I think a veto is appropriate. When there's a group discussion, some people agree, some people disagree, so one person has to make the decision. We want a semi-democratic dictatorship. Does that even make sense? Blood.
Pretty amazing.
Whoa.
I hear you and Andrea are leaving today. That's a shame. We could use a soldier like you.
Would they really let them leave, though?
Too bad what happened to Wells.
It is.
Right, so that was...
Dr. Stevens couldn't revive him. Roll put a bullet in his brain.
Whoa.
No funeral?
We cremate.
You see, that's the thing I'm talking about. What's the reason that Andrea and this girl are kept alive?
We'll get the prisoners. A week's worth of supplies for the road.
Yeah, see, there we
Might
go.
last a week.
Hey, whose blood would you rather have in your hands? Maggie's, Glenn's, or theirs?
Neither. You see, T-Dog, I can understand where he's coming from. Trying to keep his humanity, like Dale said.
Twin cylinders, that Triumph? Heads are leaking. I know my bike.
Who knows?
You just stop.
Maybe these...
Have some balls.
So many unanswered questions, man. It freaks me out. Who, what, when, where, why, how? Can I title this episode that?
Right.
Dude, I think Carl has a crush.
Can't stand looking up at that bottom of that funky hole.
Come on, Herschel.
Cut you loose when we get back.
Thank you, bro.
Bro.
Sit tight.
It's starting to look like a place we could really live in.
Hey, you watch your step.
He is one tough son of a bitch.
Watch that hole in the fence.
Keep your cheers down. Hey, can't we just have one good day?
Nope. Another sort of good day. Say sort of. I saw a lot of people sort of commenting Rick deserves to feel how he feels at the moment. I completely agree, by the way. I don't know if I made that clear enough. Of course, what Rick went through, he needs time to heal from that. And he has every right to not want to rekindle this if he doesn't want to. But I'm happy to see Laurie making an effort. It doesn't erase whatever she did. I'm still quite unsure about all of that. Yeah, I just wanted to get across that. I very much do understand why Rick is hesitant and why Rick is avoiding love. I'm still curious about Carl. Ooh! Wait, so get Herschel away from him. Gosh, man. That scream. Yeah, come on, Herschel. Oh, no. So they're beyond a fence, so they're all safe. Not everyone, man. How? Oh, please don't tell me T-Bug gets bitten anyone but the... Oh, for God's sake. Am I even convinced that there was those two prison guys? Who else could that be? Who else could be inside? I get some... It really annoys me when you lose a character because of something so annoying like that.
I circle where you can find that farm I was staying at with Dara.
Oh, for God's...
You were right off Route 9, right before it becomes the Lenica Highway. How come we never hooked it?
You called me a whore.
Got away with words, Zona?
Yeah.
Mill. Same bloody person.
We got something in common, Blondie. We got left behind by the same people.
People were disagreeing with this, saying they practically could not go back and look for her, but they easily could have left some kind of note or piece of information. They all went to the same reconvening point. They all, met at the same spot. They could have assumed that Andrea would have done the same and left some kind of note. Yeah, she didn't. So what? That's not the point. The thought is what counts. But they didn't.
Those chains didn't break on their own. Someone took an axe or cutters to them.
Oh! Are we convinced it's them, though?
What is that?
Wow, is this to attract...
Damn it! How the hell can this be happening?
happening?
Oh, it has to be the backup generators.
Well, how do you turn those on? Because someone open up the main gates electronically with full power.
Look, I only worked in there a few days. I guess it might be possible.
Come with us. Let's go.
Okay, why do I get the feeling they're now going to help? They're going to get accepted as members of the group because of this. But whoever's doing this, maybe they were here all along.
Well, I'll do what I have to. You're not becoming one of those things.
I can't ask that.
What do you mean, do what I have?
It's the pact, remember?
This is God's plan.
How are you going to chop that off? You can't.
He's going to help me lead you out of these tombs.
Wow. So instead of taking the chance to somehow chop that off, he's helping them survive. Come on, Tito.
Keep up. Something's not right. Are you been?
Oh, not now. For God's sakes. Everything that could have gone wrong is going wrong right now. Carl's going to have to witness his mother giving birth as well. At least Maggie's there, but for God's sakes. How? And why? How and why, you know? Like I said, unless that guy that Rick let out into the open genuinely survived. Because I said at the start of the reaction that maybe that's who was watching them. And if it is him, he has a reason to want to kill them all too, you know?
Pretty
Sort
good.
of funny, not gonna lie.
Blondie
So
said my brother was still alive.
I'm surprised that he's proposing this with him. And would
Like a
he
needle in a haystack.
let his
Told
brother
me,
live?
where I could find that farmhouse they were holed up in.
You know what? Surprisingly, the first thing that comes to mind when I watch this scene is that he's going to authorize Merle to do this, almost use him as like, not bait, but like he's going to track it, he's going to follow them, and he's going to use what Merle finds to get at this group, including Daryl. Imagine there's even just a little bit of like redemption for Merle. Nah. Merle is just a dick, but I did say right in season 1, is there like a good side to him? We'll have to wait and see, man.
I get what you're feeling, I really do, but I can't risk it. I need you here.
It's like giving him no choice at
This
that
whole
sense.
place would fall apart without you.
This is my brother.
Tell you what, huh? You get more concrete information, I'll go with you myself.
He only has one thing in mind, man.
There were 4 in here, but no sign of Lord.
It's going to be that guy that Rick let go, isn't it? This is going to set a precedent as to why we can't let them go anymore.
Playing games.
You need help deliver your brother or sister. You up for it?
Imagine having to do that as a, what did they say, 11-year-old, 12-year-old?
You know how?
There is no time at all for Carl to grow up in this world slowly, man. Oh, T-Dog! Oh, for God's sakes, man. We have got a bloody good group of people, man. There's too much freaking death, man.
To better days.
Look at those eyes, man.
Remember, it gets tough out there. You're always welcome here.
That's very kind.
I just feel like they're going to use
Thank
them
you,
as like...
Philip.
But how many dead bodies do you have to step on to get to where you are? That's the thing. That's the thing that doesn't sit right with me. I mean, it doesn't feel like he's connected with this lot like Rick's connected to our survivors. Like, you know how we've got like almost like a family. This feels just like a town that's run by someone. It doesn't really feel like he's... I don't know.
Thank you, Governor.
Philip.
I thought you never
Philip.
told anybody your name.
Someone recently told me never to say never, so.
Thought I'd have a much more ominous name than Philip. Whenever I think of Philip, all I can think of is Philip off of Shaun of the Dead. They're trying to shut off the generators, but someone's playing a game with them, man. Are they being forced out of their own new home? Imagine that. We're going to be back on the road within a matter of... I knew it. I knew it. Donkey Kong, man. I have to watch that again. This guy's earned his place. What did I say? Is he in?
What are you waiting for? Do it. It's our house. Shoot him.
Oh! Oh, he's earned his spot. Bro, look at Daryl, man. Oh, that gives me goosebumps for days. You know what, the problem I've now found with that has this now set a precedent, a very dangerous precedent, because all I can think now is, when we think about letting people go, will we think twice?
But Lord, with all this blood, I don't even think you're fully dilated yet. No amount of pushing is gonna help. I know what it means. You've gotta cut me open.
Oh my God.
I can't. I'll go for it. I can make you.
And Carl has to bloody listen to this.
My baby has to survive. Please. Maggie, please.
Oh man, I will slap something so hard if this happens. I don't know why I said
I
that.
thought we had an agreement.
Baby, I don't want you to be scared, okay? This is what I want. This is right. Now, you take care of your daddy for me, all right? And your little brother or sister, you take care of them. We'll have to do this.
You're gonna be fine. You are gonna beat this world. I know you will. You are smart.
No,
You
if
are
they kill her, I'm gonna lose
You are
it.
so brave. You promise me you'll always do what's right.
Why did she die this episode?
It's so easy to do the wrong thing in this world. My sweet boy. The best thing I ever did. I love you. Okay. Okay now. Okay.
No.
When this is over, you're gonna have to. You have to do it. It can't be Rick.
Can't be Rick.
All right. It's all right. It's all right.
Oh my God, go away notification. I was having an emotional moment. They're gonna kill her, aren't they? God's sakes, man.
I'm sorry. Carl, give me a minute. Carl, please. Keep this out clean, okay? I see the uterus. I'm gonna pull it out. Okay, I'm gonna pull the baby out.
I mean, guess who's gonna have to try and kill her? Oh, for God's sakes. Bloody camera died, man. Fuck.
Well, we can't just leave her here. She'll turn.
This is where I got up to.
No more kid stuff. People are gonna die. I'm gonna die. Mom.
I can't freaking believe that they killed Laurie, man. Oh, I just need a second, guys. I know, I ugly cry so bad. Fucking T-Dog, man. Holy shoot. And he doesn't even know the world of pain that he's about to endure.
What about T? Carol?
I didn't make it.
That doesn't mean the others
No,
did.
Carol doesn't die.
Going back.
What?
Glenn, you go with me.
Just watch Rick's face.
Where's she?
Bill, breathe, Bill.
Oh, no. No.
Rick, your son bloody needs you right now, man. Oh, fuck, I hate this show so fucking much. Oh, guys, I'm an absolute bloody wreck, man. I want to speak, but I'm fucking shaking, for God's sakes. When I tell you guys I get invested into shows, man, I'm not taking the piss. This episode was just chaos, man. Rick will blame himself as well, because the decision he made, it's not his fault, but he's going to blame it, man. He's going to blame himself. Beyond all of that, guys, I'm not even thinking about that right now. Rick is going to be in a dark place. Period. Beyond that, Carl, you just had to murder his own mum? Carl fucking needs him. His baby needs him. The group needs him. Fuck, the pressure on this guy's shoulders, man, is mental. T-Dog sacrificed himself for the group. Laurie, maybe she never would have survived. Maybe she never would have survived even if Herschel was there, even if Carol was there. Maybe she would not survive. I don't know. We will never know. But the point is this has happened, and it's happened after big, moral, important decisions. Believe you me, this changes the whole dynamic of the group. Because Rick, who is currently our leader, has now lost the love of his life, which, by the way, I felt they were close to trying to reconnect things. And now he's going to regret that. Because obviously Laurie cold-shouldered him, he cold-shouldered Laurie, and imagine the world of regret that this is open. This opened a can of regret, guilt, pain, suffering. Does he even want to lead? Is that a question we ask now? Does he want to keep going on? Unfortunately, once again, Carl being forced to grow up. Like Rick said, no more child stuff. This isn't what he meant though. Killing his own mum? I don't see a positive coming for either Carl or Rick in the next couple of episodes. I see negative, negative, negative. Oh, and then we've got Merle coming back. And one thing we've learned is we do not have time to grieve. And I want to sit down and I want to grieve. And Rick will want to sit down and he will want to grieve. Is he going to be able to just get on with life as easy as he has previously? I do not think so. I think this will break him. I don't even want to speculate about what next. Like, what is there next? I guess find Carol, figure out where she is. I might just have to leave this, guys. I might just have to leave this.